Hey everybody, what's going on? It's John, Twait1 here, and we're back with some more Crafting Dead. Today's going to be a fairly short, quick episode. I just wanted to get some stuff out of the way. Probably not too short an episode, rather, but more a shorter session. I just needed to grab some more footage for this so I can make sure I have enough going forward. I think I got most everything sorted last time we played, but I did want to keep building on my little... God damn it, stupid crafting. On my motel I've got going over there. Pigs, would you... Oh my. I'm just gonna kinda avoid that. I saw nothing. Okay. I want to finish, if I can, building my... building my Hotel Motel Holiday Inn I had started over here. Actually, did I finish this? I might have finished this. Oops. Well, where are my plans for this episode? I can, however, start working on another one. How big is this? That's 6. 2. Okay. We'll just build this back. There we go. Anyway, I didn't really have any topics to talk about since I'm doing this one solo, which is not really normal for me. I try to do other multiplayer ones, because then I kind of have something to talk about. Because for the most part, I'm not as good as I used to be with just kind of coming up with stuff right off the bat. How do they say that? There's a name for that, which I'll probably remember as soon as I finish recording. But, now that's gonna bug me. Anyway, they have a name for that, but I'm not as good as I used to be with that. I'm better at bouncing, and I've always been better at bouncing off what other people say. But, it's kind of waned in me since I started YouTube. My ability to kind of go solo with it. Let me make sure I don't screw this up as well. But I probably could practice and get it back, but at this point I'm so busy these days with all kinds of stuff. I got college, I got all kinds of stuff around the house. I don't have a job right now, but I think I'm going to be getting one maybe soon, which would actually take away more time, but I'm not sure about that. It'd be nice to have the extra disposable income, but it's really what I'm struggling with is the time management of the whole thing. I just don't have enough time. In fact, I mentioned this, and I just finished a Tekkit Reborn recording session not too long ago, and I mentioned it was the first time or second time, actually, this is the third time I've played video games in the past month. The last one was for a recording session, that was earlier today, and then yesterday I just took a break day and played Skyrim all day, because I hadn't played that really before. I played it once before, but that's one of the games I've been meaning to play for a long time. So I finally got around to that, and I'm just so busy. But actually now that summer's kind of officially started, at least in my house, I should have a lot more time on my hands. Oh, well, there are my materials. I should have a lot more time on my hands, which actually isn't true now that I think about it. I've got a bunch of things coming up. I've got a family vacation. That means I'm going to have to schedule for that. That's coming up in a couple of weeks. I think a week or 2 after this video goes up, I believe. So I need to get that sorted. I need to get footage sorted for that, which is what I'm probably going to spend part of this week doing. I have to make sure my college homework is all done and completed, or as much as I can ahead of time, so that I don't fall too far behind on that, because that would just be a ton of trouble. And then, don't I have more of that stone somewhere? No? I have to get reused to this system that we reinvented last time. Oh, no. Need one more? Here we go. Not really. Don't I have a tools chest up here? Right here? I do. Bingo. That's not the bingo I was looking for. Oh well. We can get more stone this way. I know I had a stack of 64 back in the chest, but I'd like to... I'm just going to go mining for some more. But I've got a lot of stuff happening. I've been just super busy, and I'm probably going to be busy till, like, September. I'd love to have more time for everything, but now that I'm moved back, for those of you who don't know, I'm not sure if I've mentioned in any videos yet, but I know I've mentioned it on my streams a number of times. I was living... I did move out, sort of, for about 9 months whilst I was doing a number of different things, but I've now moved back in with my family, which means I have significantly less time to record and do all of that stuff, which to an extent was my end goal, because I found where I was living was, I moved from the suburbs of a pretty big town to like a small town with only like 8,500 people in it or something like that, less than 10,000 people, and there was nothing to do. I have some family that lives in there, and a number of the kids, just one of them rolls cars. It's ridiculous. There's nothing to do in that town, so there's just all kinds of problems with the youth there because there's not enough to do. At least I think that's why. I don't think you'd see as much trouble as you do in a bigger town. You'd still see trouble, and there'd probably be more of it because there's more people, but I don't know. Actually, that's probably enough. So I moved back up here because I had several times where I literally did everything I could conceivably come up with, and I still had too much time on my hands. Which is ironic because my parents always complained I spent too much time on the computer, and then I moved out, and I spent significantly less time on the computer. I probably spent just as much, if not more, time on the computer, but a lot of that was trying to figure out what to do with my time because I had so much more of it. I was able to get so much more done and everything. Because I was also working on a much faster speed internet than I was back at home, but I've changed that now. I finally upgraded the home internet out of my own pocket because it was just too ridiculously slow. So now that everything is faster again, or not again, I was at a place with high-speed internet, and then I moved back home, so I upgraded that internet. Then I actually ended up moving back to where I was and working for like another week and a half or something like that. And then I moved back home, and that's where I'm going to be until my family vacation again, and that's in like a week and a half or something like that. So part of the reason, if you've noticed that a lot of my videos aren't going up on time, or there's scheduling errors or something like that, I'm putting up the wrong video, it's because I'm scatterbrained, but not on purpose, if that makes sense. I'm just kind of on overload. I have so many things I have to do and keep track of that I struggle to keep track of everything. But I still try and keep footage going out and stuff. I'd love to live stream and stuff like that more, because that's quite a bit more relaxed and everything. And I have someone that live streams quite a bit. He's getting kind of big, I think. He's been reaching out to me and stuff, but so I gotta check on that. But a lot of it's just finding time where I can go extended periods uninterrupted, because in a house with as many people as mine. What was that? Oh, that was a zombie. Oh, look weird. In a house as big as mine, there's always interruptions, whether it's family members or pets or something. And at my house particularly, there's always work to be done in every way, shape, and form. And it's just a matter of trying to avoid people altogether. Whereas I was trying to interact with people as much as I could at the other place. It's the exact opposite at my regular house. It's just a constant trying to avoid people during the day, because For the most part, they ask me to go do a million things, and normally I just like to, you know, get up every once in a while because, you know, for health reasons or, you know, whatever. You know, supposed to stand up every 10 minutes every hour, you know, whatever the crap. But I just like to stand up and stretch my legs and walk around the house, you know, see what everyone else is up to. And when I do that, I still have plenty to do. I just took a minute to, you know, stretch my legs, and then suddenly I'm being bombarded with people, you know, demanding I basically clean the house, you know, top to toe, and I don't have time to do any of that, and then I get in trouble for not doing anything. It's like, well, I was in the middle of like 8 other projects at the time. But, which reminds me, I have several ongoing projects that I need to work on. It's just a matter of both finding the time and the motivation to do so, because I have not been very motivated as of so far this 2015. Very motivationless this 2015, which is really hard to do. Especially when it comes to YouTube and stuff like that, because YouTube it's not a paying job, so I don't need to do it, but it shows promise for being able to do that in the long run. Of course, long run is a, you know, decade at this point, but because I've already been doing it for 2 years, I'm not exactly sure when to count my anniversary as, because I uploaded a couple of videos just for fun, and then I uploaded another one, and over time I worked my way onto a schedule, so I don't actually have a specific point in time that I started my channel. For any of those who have been around that long, I doubt there's that many of you that still watch, but thank you for dropping by. And anyone who's new to the channel or hasn't been following me as long, it's really hard. That's why I was thinking about having anniversary, like when I noticed my year anniversary it was about time for that, or my 2-year anniversary, whatever it was. I thought about having one, but I went back and looked at my videos because I figured there was probably just a point where I started doing videos, but there wasn't really. It was like I uploaded a couple of videos and then went a month or two and then did a few more and then stopped and then went on, and eventually got on a schedule that was just based on how many videos I had, and it went up from there, and it was really weird, but it kind of has always worked for me in a way. I always try to keep a backlog of videos, which I haven't been able to do so far in 2015. That's been a big problem I've had 2015, is not having enough footage. Actually, is a reflection of that. That's why I'm making this video now, is because I'm a little bit short on footage. I don't have backlogs as much anymore. I have backlogs of one game, that being Borderlands 2, due to pre-existing conditions in which we had to basically finish the game in one sitting. We got like 18 plus hours of footage in 2 days over the course of like 48 hours. And so after that, I don't have any backlog on anything but that. And once I run out of that, I don't really have something to replace it with. That's kind of why I like doing streams, is because I don't have to record. I don't have to do a lot of things. But another big problem I've been having is my talking and stuff like that. I get sidetracked more easily now. So I'm doing well now, come to think of it, but a lot of the time I just don't talk. Like I find myself, like I was just in a recording session, I found myself for big gaps not talking about anything. I just kind of went silent for a while, and then until one of them jokingly said, "Hey, you still there?" I'm like, "Oh shit, I'm supposed to be talking." It literally slipped my mind. And I've been doing commentating for 2 years, and that I've been having all kinds of trouble, but 2015 has been a rough year for me. 2014 ended with a huge bang, ended with quite the bang, and then 2015 has just been, it was like ending that bang and then going downhill from there, and then, you know, hitting the low point and then working its way back up. So it's been unique, to say the least, and I'm kind of getting back into the swing of things, but it's more of a stagger at this point, because I have so much more I need to do, so much more I need to get done. I'd like to start streaming as soon as I can, but my schedule is just punctured with all these little gaps where I'm going to be gone and working on other things. Speaking of which, I think it's about the end of this episode, so I'm going to go ahead and call it there. I'll see you guys next time. Feel free to leave a like or subscribe if you haven't already. Peace out.